Hi everyone. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back to the North Expanse. Took a little break. Took a little break this past week because I was super busy and stuff, and had a whole bunch of end of school. I just hit my mic. Had a bunch of like end of school year stuff, but we're clear now. We're ready to go. Unfortunately, Sera won't be able to make it today. She has something, but that's all right. We'll go ahead with 4 people. And yeah, I'm ready to get back to it. All right, let's do this. Get us over. And all right, unmuted.
Hello.
Hey,
How's everyone doing? How's
tired.
the week? Yeah. I know, me too. I'm not even busy anymore. I'm just dealing with like the aftermath of being so busy.
I'm very busy.
I'm like it's
Forgot.
like the come down from the high for me. Like it's literally like it's like oh my god.
Got a week left and a lot of work to do. And then after that, I got finals.
Yes, sir.
Grind time.
I have like one paper. I have a single final paper that I have to write. And it's like 3 pages double spaced. I am so thankful that I'm in a major where I never have to do any written work ever.
True.
Oh man,
See, wanted to open that as well.
I have like 3 papers due or 4 papers due.
Oh my god.
Over here.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
All
Gotta
right.
turn that down.
Actually, I might turn the bot down just a tiny bit too on my end. Okay. Is everyone in yet?
Everyone
Krisby
but Sarah?
will be back in a second.
Okay. Yeah, no Sarah today, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'll be back like in just a few seconds. I was
Okay.
giving that med, so
I got you. Yeah, Sarah can't make it today.
The final boss of D&D. Scheduling.
Oh my god, yeah. Like the new campaigns, like Meridian Dance has literally had like 3 people switch out of it just because of scheduling. It's really tough.
Oh.
That's always the hardest thing. But that's one thing where it's like it's really great that I'm a musician because musicians also have to deal with like crazy ass scheduling all the time. So I'm just like a scheduling pro now. Cuz like for us it's like we have to like fit in rehearsal and like, you know, hour intervals in between days
Yes.
and move shit around and like it's just terrible. So I'm used to it. Like sometimes it's crazy. Sometimes I'll literally get and I never say yes because it's ridiculous. Like if you just it's ridiculous, but like sometimes I'll literally get notice like less than 24 hours beforehand like, "Hey, can you play this gig in like Harlem?" And I'm like, "No." Like that's just how it is.
Oh, looking up classes, and I missed that. Opens up schedule. When?
yeah, I'm back.
I'm taking like a half semester next semester because I'm
I
just
think I just opened up Mini. Right.
burned.
Alright, I think I'm all set up finally.
Nice, nice.
We haven't leveled up yet, have we?
No, not yet.
We are indeed enough.
Okay. Anyone remember what happened last? Or I mean, 2 weeks ago.
We got it written down. We
We
I
beat the
think
wolves.
we
We talked
left
with
from we left from the frozen queen's lair. Was that last time?
Yeah.
was last time.
So we left from there. I think we. What did we do?
We scouted the lair from Ikaki, in case we were to fight them.
Oh yes, that's right. I flew around the canyon. Okay. And
And
then
afterwards we killed the last of the wolves.
yeah. So yeah, we flew around, said, "Hey, he's not going nowhere. We can come back and defeat him whenever." And then we were like, "All right, let's go find the rest of the rations that went missing." And then fought some more wolves. And then now
Afterwards
we're
we were
heading. I think we're heading north now or something like that.
back to camp, I believe.
Or back to camp. Yeah.
And with your defeat of the wolves, you were able to recover a few sacks of food that the wolves had not eaten yet, which is always good. Okay. Just check where you are real quick. All right. Coming back to camp will probably take you only a few hours. You're pretty close by now. So I think I'll be able to bring you back over there. Let me just make sure that I have everything set. Okay, cool. All right, let me get you guys on the map. Why are there only 3 tents? Oh, because I accidentally put one on the... I put one on the secret lair. There we go. Boom. 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 Boom.
Me, Morrow.
All right.
Clark
Ignore that.
kills the whole camp.
All right, on your return to camp, it's much the same as before. You can see Kalenthor at the fire at his usual post. However, there is one thing that's a little different. There are some new people.
Oh.
Over by this cart, there's a Komodo that looks to be wearing like scholar's robes, except that the robes are underneath like this large, heavy fur coat, keeping him warm. Here, I'll do the whole thing. There we go.
There's the boy.
He's got like a big pack on his back, that is like half open, and through the open zipper, you can see like a whole bunch of like books and scrolls just kind of piled in there. And he's unloading it right now onto this cart. You can also see over here by this tent. Oop, I'm gonna thing in here so the audience can see. There is a woman sitting on like a little stool. And
Shoot.
let me grab her little thing. That's what she looks like. She's wearing a whole bunch of sort of decorations. All right, I accidentally clicked off of it too fast. There, so the stream can see it better. She's wearing like a whole bunch of decorative objects on her body. Her clothing is like adorned with feathers and bones and everything, and she has a staff with her. And finally, in the tent next to her, emerging from the tent, is another Komodo, this time a female Komodo, who is wearing like a hooded robe. You can see a longbow slung across her back, a knife at her side, exiting the tent. Kalenthor will flag you all down as you walk into the camp. But yeah, feel free to Do as you wish.
Harvey with arms swung open.
We have returned successfully.
I'm impressed. Thought we'd lost you there for a little bit. Took you a while. Oh, and I'll get to that new art too.
We had some missteps.
Shoot.
Although,
Sorry.
nice to say, we succeeded.
You might need to turn up your mic. I think Javi, was that?
My gain?
No, yeah.
My sound, or yeah. Right.
I got you turned up on my end too, and that kind of helped.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Nice.
Here we go.
Yeah. I raised it up a bit.
There you go.
Sheesh.
Yeah. All right.
So, what do you have for me?
Clark will approach the Komodo. It seems we have recovered a few sacks of food that the wolves stole, and we also took care of the wolves. And
Show me.
he'll just place the sacks right in front of him. I'm assuming.
As the sacks hit the ground with a thud, you'll see Kalanthor stand up, bend over, and look at them. Not bad. Feel like there was more. I assume they ate most of it.
That is correct.
Wolves, after all.
Well, we'll have to do. It'll have to do for now. Anyway, I think that food may not be so much of an issue anyway. I don't know if you've noticed, but we have some newcomers to this camp.
I
Think I
see.
should- I'll introduce them to you. And he'll kind of beckon over, signal for them to come. This Komodo over here finishes putting the last of his books, hoisting them up off of the ground and onto the cart. Comes by. This Komodo as well. And this woman, the human woman, by the way, will kind of walk over but kind of stay behind a little bit in the background. Why don't you introduce yourselves? And he'll step a little bit back. They'll look at each other for a second before this Komodo speaks up. Ah, yes. My name is Ferrifer. And these are my companions. We have come here from the Look to help. I assume that you also are from the Look?
In a way.
Yes.
Not exactly.
Oh, where do you hail from?
I hail from the fog.
Oh my goodness. That is a long way from here. You must have seen all manner of strange creatures and... Well, I've never been there.
Yes, it was not the greatest experience.
You'll have to tell me all about it sometime.
Maybe.
Sorry, did I cut you off?
I didn't hear. You might just cut out anyway.
Okay. Well, if we're going
Forgive-
forward.
Forgive me for not, Well, and he kind of seems to stutter. Why don't the other two introduce themselves? As this Komodo perks up. Oh, sure. I'm Lila. And she will walk over, extend her hand to whoever in particular. Or no one in particular.
Feathery shake.
She'll shake your hand quite powerfully, actually.
Strength check?
Go ahead.
I'm weak as hell.
Well,
True.
worth it.
There you go. Yeah, clerk, your hand is kind of like whipped back and forth by hers. She is very energetic. Surprisingly.
Oh. Clerk will try to let go.
Oh, she'll let go quickly. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's no problem. I just wasn't expecting that.
Oh, it's all right. Like I said, I'm Lila. I'm a ranger.
Clerk.
Nice to meet you. Me and
Yes,
Farifer have worked together for quite a long time now. We figured it best to come out here in search of, I don't know, something new to do, right? And she'll look at him and he'll just kind of give a slight nod.
You know, you strike me as a rogue with your getup.
Oh, I just like to, I like to be a little bit discreet at times, but it's all right. I'm more of an outdoors kind of gal.
I see.
Yes, of course. What are all of your names?
Havi Karameki. It is a pleasure with a deep bow.
It is a pleasure.
I am Yotimo. Pleasure to meet you.
She'll nod.
Orman. She nods.
And,
And this is our friend Tuile.
ah, I see. It's nice to meet all of you. I hope that we can work together for quite a while. This is quite an exciting opportunity.
Indeed.
Oh, but there's one more. Nilaga, why don't you introduce yourself? And this woman, who's been quiet the whole time, will very slightly step forward. Nilaga, she'll say, raising her hand in greeting.
Nodders.
Lila will gesture to Nilaga. Nilaga is a druid. A mountain druid, to be specific. When I was talking to Kalenthor about this, we figured it was best to, well, have someone on hand who knows their way around healing. It's not really the best, most safest place out here, so, you know. But she'll be helping in that way. Myself, I'm an explorer, a ranger. I catalog plants and animals. For Farifer, I bring him specimens, and he studies them and does whatever scholarly things he wants with them, and I get paid. Hopefully all three of us will be useful. When she looks at Kalenthor sort of excitedly, I guess, and he'll just nod with his arms crossed. So what are you all here for? What's your role?
Local guide.
Oh, you're from around here.
Mhm.
Oh, well. You must be quite tough.
Make do.
Here to find perhaps delicacies here. Really just sightseeing. And also, helping with the mission.
Well, to be honest with you, this isn't really the best place to be sightseeing. But
Not when you're
I'm
a
sure
cook.
Kalenthor appreciates your help. And I appreciate having a cook on hand.
I'll be happy to serve you some.
So a couple things. as I said at the beginning of the whole campaign and everything, the camp definitely changes as you progress in the campaign and everything. So what that means is that the people populating the camp will also change as you progress. Also, if you remember from first session, you can take NPCs with you as companions, and they will provide passive boosts to your party, as well as also, just being around, being able to help with things. So all 4 of these NPCs, Kalenthor, Farifer, Nilaga, and Lila, you can interact with them. You can also take them with you on missions if they're available, and they will lend your party support in different ways. Each of them have a passive ability that will be active the entire time that they're with you. So that's something to think about.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Did we did we ask what Farifer does?
Not really. Not yet.
Okay. I was just trying to find out what his class was.
Oh yeah. So well, let me. I'll just read you all their passive abilities. So Farifer, his passive ability is that when he's accompanying you, you gain advantage on all intelligence-related skill checks, except for intelligence checks that you have to make to identify enemy traits and features.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a very scholarly kind of guy. Lila, when she's accompanying you, you gain advantage on animal handling checks. Ilaga, when she accompanies you, has the ability to grant you extra healing per short rest or long rest. Well, short rest, really. Long rest, you'll just heal to full. But short rests, she can give you a small buff into healing. And then Kalenthor gives you advantage on survival checks. And in terms of their classes, Kalenthor is sort of like I guess like a mixed kind of thing. He's got ranged attack and he's got a melee attack as well. So he's kind of all-arounder. Nalaga's a druid, obviously, so she's got some spells. Lila's a ranger. And Farifer is a non-combatant. So he will not have any combat abilities, but he does have very, very prodigious skill bonuses. They also all, have health and everything, and they can die, or they can, yeah. They can also, interact with the environment as well, and during combat and stuff, you'll be able to control them and everything. So, yeah, that's kind of how it works.
There can only be one druid.
There can only be one.
There can only be one.
Kalenthor will say, he'll say, I think that's enough for introductions. These 3 just got here this morning, so they'll need a little bit of time to set up, I'm sure. But once they're settled in, I've assigned each of them to a component of the camp, and they'll have things that you can help out on. So I would suggest following up with them individually on what you can aid them with. As for me, I'm good for now. You did what I asked, and you brought the food back. And the fact that you survived at all is impressive. If you need my help, I'll be here.
Very well then.
Sounds good to me.
Of course. All right. You're all dismissed for now.
Model.
Group huddle.
All right, so we're gonna tell them about the mountain people.
Absolutely not.
No. No, sir.
So we're not gonna be in between.
Well, as far as
Not
I'm concerned,
yet. I feel like it might be too soon.
I don't want to put it off too long.
why would
Well,
you
it-
say that?
They will get discovered at some point.
Indeed,
That's
That-
the
true.
only issue.
Well, there's that, and I also don't want them, if they are hostile, and like they said, to have an edge. Because they've already got the edge of the landscape.
You should make
They don't need
preparations
this.
as early as possible, indeed.
So you would say, perhaps keeping the two flanks, if you will, in an equilibrium.
Yeah, just to keep them aware of each other and not hostile as possible.
Very well. Then I side with Carmen.
Second that.
All right. So I guess we'll go talk to Calendar.
Yeah, we need a mediator of some kind.
Indeed.
He's over by the fire. Oh, yeah. Keep going. Sorry.
I didn't have nothing.
Just gonna schmoob her way over. Looking at the group.
Schmoovin'.
We're like huddled in and looking at you like with one and a half eye.
Counter's poking
No.
the fire with a stick.
She gives a
Alright.
thumbs up to the group.
Clark does the whole turn around without moving his body thing. Turn his head without moving his body.
Yeah.
So, Calendar.
Yeah, what's up?
So, we gotta talk to you about something.
Shoot.
So, we were out for a couple days, right? Exploring.
Mm-hmm.
We came across these caves, right?
Right.
And there were people in these caves.
What?
But, like, they don't speak common. And they're led by this one weird person who does, like, magic and stuff.
Hold on. Slow down. There are people here.
Of sorts.
Are there Komodo? Like, look, what
Nope.
are they?
Human?
There are humans here.
Humanoid.
Yeah.
Human-like.
That's the closest species I could think of.
Yeah.
That's insane. What happened?
Okay.
Nothing.
So, like, he looks at the group. She looks at the group, just like moving her hands. Like she's about to say something. She's like, "Mm. So, we talked to her leader. Who's like,
Okay.
and basically, she doesn't want us here. But, we agreed to act as an intermediate. So, I figured we'd let you know. And, you do you. And, yeah, just figured it's best to avoid conflict.
Please.
I didn't
So just
think
don't
there.
go. Just don't go
How-
near the mountains, and you're good.
But how could there be people here? We've explored this. Well, we haven't explored the Scarce, but we've. That complicates things.
I mean,
They are very isolated and reclusive folk of people living in the mountains, it would be very difficult to find them without actually stumbling upon them as we did.
In Kalanthor, the
Hmm.
land is barren, but there is life. It isn't too far from the idea. Perhaps other kinds of people live.
He'll kind of sit and think on that for a second. Well, there's two sides to this, because it's good news that the Scarce is habitable at least, and that it may be a little bit more habitable than we thought. But also, you said these people don't want us here.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I
Right.
figured, since their request is unreasonable, that we just like draft a little no-go zone near the mountains. We just don't go there.
This
then we
isn't
just
gonna
don't-
fly with the look.
Well, unless you guys want to commit genocide of natives, it's gonna have to.
Well, hold on. We don't have to do all that. All right, we're Komodo. We're civilized.
They're
And
not.
if some tribe wants us out of here, we can just find them somewhere else.
And I believe most relocation attempts were met with applause. It is a hard matter, indeed. But I believe having us as an intermediary would be beneficial for you, especially, for we, in some way, are able to learn a little bit more about their culture, the way they are, and perhaps, a common ground could be met somehow.
Yes, of course. The thing is that the Scarce can't stay the same forever. I think they need to understand that the Komodo, we're not bad folk. It's not a bad thing that we're here.
I mean,
We're gonna change the
True.
Scarce for the better.
are you sure about that?
What do you mean? Look at this place. It's a shithole.
Well,
Exactly. You know the two things that happen around piles of shit?
What?
Things grow and things die.
And flies gather around shit.
Yeah, but like I was not gonna get too specific. I was just trying
I
to
don't
keep it
understand this
better
analogy.
meals out of shit.
The analogy is things that are able to survive here will survive here. Things that aren't meant to survive here will not survive here.
Right.
That means if they outlive their capabilities, they will die. If we overstep ours, we will die. It's not math. It's simple.
Well, I just think that limiting ourselves and setting some kind of limit around whatever territory they claim, that's, I don't know. I don't like it. What if they become hostile? What if they already are hostile?
That's why
We
I
just
told
let
you
them.
about them. So that way we prepare down here, we stay down here, and if they come near us, well, then we have reason.
Hmm.
But we're not the aggressors in that scenario.
He looks around the camp. I don't think we can afford to be the defenders either. I'm gonna send word to the Look. We need more.
Building materials.
No, we need more warriors.
Oh boy.
Make sure they
Just
can build
that.
some too, because I'd rather have walls than just fighters.
Look, I'm not trying to invade any clan territory here, but I gotta ensure the safety of my men and women.
Totally fair.
We are still early in our attempts at building a foothold. We could still relocate to some extent.
He shakes his head. No, the look was very specific. They want us here. I don't quite know why, but they wouldn't budge on it.
Well, we can use this
Here.
place as a launching point to other islands, if necessary. But the
That's the idea.
northeast here in those mountains, until they die off or until that dragon up there gets them, they're there to stay.
Needed
Wait,
to look
that what?
once more.
Oh yeah, there's a dragon up there in one of those caves.
What's a dragon?
It's like a big lizard.
Like an Amoro.
No, like a big lizard.
A
Yeah,
very
like an immoral.
a several
seeing- You're seeing much more of the Scarce than I thought you would in a couple days.
Well, like I said, we've stumbled our way through the Scarce so far.
So
It's
this
led us to
creature,
a few things.
so there's a hidden tribe in the mountains, and there's also a big lizard in the mountains,
Correct.
about a day away from us.
A couple days. Yeah.
and
I
a
guess.
half.
I'm really gonna need more men.
Yeah,
should
the lizard's
say
stuck
we
in the
have-
cave though, so.
We have plans for the lizard, but for the rest, I mean,
What's your
it's
plan?
only information to you. Well,
Oh, we're gonna kill the lizard.
we've spoken of a few ways we could handle the lizard.
That's good, because any threat to this camp needs to be gone.
Exactly.
Depending on what its skin is like, I want it.
Make for great materials to craft.
Yes. Well,
Well,
there's
if you're gonna act as intermediaries, just you tell them that we're not going anywhere. We don't
Okay.
wish them harm, but
Do you want
somebody needs to budge here, and at least on us being here, we're not gonna budge there. If they want to come to us and they want to initiate diplomacy with us directly, I'd be more than happy to receive them.
Okay, so small problem with that.
What?
The only person in their entire place who speaks common is the leader. They seem very abjectly against contact.
I don't like that.
I don't either, but since we don't have the resources to get into a war, we shouldn't try to. Bide
Well,
our
you
time.
tell them our position.
I'll rephrase it to a way that's more diplomatic.
Less antagonistic.
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to do.
Although, make sure if you do get those warriors, make sure one of them was practiced in the arcane.
Got it.
There's something in the ice up there that I'm not sure what it is. They aren't either.
There's a lot of things that nobody knows here. I'm not surprised. Well, is that all?
I
Any
think
other
that should be it.
crazy tribes, creatures, monsters?
Was a frozen beast, some form of abomination, frozen deep in the mountain. This frozen polar queen informed us that if it were to awaken, it will reshape the Scarce, and that events of death and life were to happen.
So basically, we should have an option to take out that thing.
Well, if it's frozen, it's dead. Right?
That's what we wish was true.
Not everything that stays frozen or that unfreezes stays dead.
Well, it might just be some crazy tribe story.
Well, perhaps.
Perhaps, but that's pretty big, and it's looks a little you know, threatening.
It looks like it wants to play.
I see what you're saying. Well, you've certainly come across a lot more than just the wolves during your time out there.
I should point out that there were some rules. There were a few of them.
All right.
The wolves.
Yes.
Do we want to give them any of the hides, or are those for us?
I can make something out of those hides, depending who needs something. Someone wants a thick cloak.
I mean, I'm already. You go.
I'd like a cloak.
Very well. I shall make something a king might wear.
I'm going to send a messenger to the Look. Deal with the lizard however we want. If you need, you can ask one of these other 3 to help you with it. Keep me up to
do we have
date.
any- real quick,
Yes.
do we have any metal spears?
Do we have
Yeah,
a
sure.
chain?
Yeah.
Okay, we might need those.
It'll work.
All right. Help yourself, and he'll point in the direction of one of the carts that seems to be carrying a whole bunch of weapons and stuff. He'll go over here.
Yotimo's gonna turn towards Clerk and Clerk, I feel that this fellow Farifer might have some information about what the Polar Queen was saying about your kind.
It'd be worth
Maybe
a
it's-
shot. Let's go see. What did I say last time? That was the fight. Okay.
Yeah, I gotta get the sheet. Where is it?
Should be pinned.
Oh yeah, it's pinned.
That's after the session 2. Oh, okay. 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 Clark's gonna waddle over to Fairfur.
Hello.
Hello. I actually had a question. How much do you know about our kind's history?
Oh, well, I'm a biologist by trade, but I mean, I know a little. Why? What did you want to know?
Well, in our adventures, we came across some particular knowledge, and I just wanted to double check it. Apparently, our kind used to have a different name that wasn't Komodo. Would you happen to have any information on that?
He cocks his head slightly and then shakes his head. No, we've always been called Komodo. Are you sure that that was genuine information?
Well, the source that we got it from, I didn't think they would lie about that.
Well, our kind has always called ourselves Komodo. Perhaps other races have names for us. That's the only thing I could think of.
Clerk will just kind of nod. Well, okay. Thank you for your time.
Yes, of course.
So how'd it go?
He's got nothing.
Ah, all right.
Apparently, he's
so-
just a biologist. He's
A
not a
bad judge of-
historian.
Yeah.
So, real
Perhaps
quick,
I'm a bad judge of character.
Carrying books doesn't make them smart.
Solid Snake.
so,
All right.
so we got inconsistent information, and the boss wants us here.
Have we seen Kalanthor send a letter yet?
He's talking to a Komodo kind of off to the side. Looks like he's like explaining something.
Okay.
Okay, I'm getting ready to commit mail fraud.
So, I will tell you an idea of mine, and you tell me if I'm mistaken. But that letter sending for reinforcement, is it such a good idea for it to be sent out?
Here's the plan, alright? Can any of you knock somebody out?
I can.
Okay. So
I can try.
So I got this funny little thing I can do. I can make people stand still. So if one of you can knock him out, then we find him. So he doesn't know we did it. We have to do it quickly and quietly. We find him. We bring him back. Before we bring him back, we check the letter, reseal it. So that way, if he needs to go resend it, he can. But if it needs to not be sent, we just erase some of the contents.
I believe it would be a bad thing to perform some act of violence against one of the members of the camp, as that might incur Kalanthor's. It would agitate Kalanthor, maybe even make him believe that it was the frozen people that did so, and could
Well,
only reinforce his intentions to fortify the camp more.
I'm just saying, frozen trees explode all the time, and you never know where a branch is gonna go.
That sounds
Carmen's got
like
a point.
an awful idea. Literally the worst idea.
How so?
And Wolfcloak on that.
Okay. Well, then, do you have a plan to see the letter?
Well, it's pretty safe to assume that he will pretty much write everything we told him. And I guess we should have discussed this beforehand, but we didn't have to share everything.
Well, that's true. That was an error on my part.
That's alright. There's still time.
I am of the mindset we reap what we sow.
Okay. Well, then maybe we should sow very quietly.
Well,
Do we have an accord, a plan, or an idea of what we could do?
I'm gonna not. It just kind of walks over to the.
I feel, Carmen. I feel as though This might not be such.
I got another plan. Okay, I got another plan. This one is less. This one involves less force. Okay,
I
you
feel
gotta
like
get
we're
closer.
going to get along, Carmen.
Okay, you gotta get closer for me. All right, this is a purpose.
I'm
kind of
actually
thing. I
gonna
don't
be
get
right back.
it. What I'm saying we do is I cast Fog Cloud, right? Then we get the letter. Then someone holds him, because I can't do a Fog Cloud and hold person at the same time. Someone holds him, and then we read the letter, and then we put it back, but we do it quick. Or you can Fog Cloud and knock him out. That's fine.
And in any event, he'd remember. I think I could persuade him.
I mean, I still do have one bottle of vodka.
Well, before you intend to poison him in any way, maybe a little more less forceful option would be to put him to sleep, and he points at himself.
Hmm.
Do we know when the bell goes out? Because we may be able to avoid the step entirely then.
Yeah.
Should be rather obvious if you were to observe.
Kobu!
Yes.
Do we know when the mail goes out?
Um,
I
any
don't feel like that's a
message from
question
the
you can
camp
ask
would
Kalanthor.
any message from the camp would have to leave probably the following morning because nighttime is pretty hard to travel by. And it's evening now, so probably next morning is when the messenger will leave, just based on how travel works in Etunn.
Alright.
Hmm. Although,
That's-
Carmen.
yeah.
I just thought about something.
Night
Suppose we had an idea. Obviously, we do have an idea of somewhat what the letter contains. And we know that in a couple of weeks or a couple of days, reinforcements will come.
Mhm.
And suppose we also know that our position as mediators will remain.
For the
Perhaps,
time being.
yeah. Well, perhaps maintaining our status of benefactors. And now, of course, I was all in on the idea of just, reading the mail and possibly even, changing a few lines of it. But I understand, however, that having this sense of authenticity towards the camp might give us an edge later on.
So you're saying we should let the reinforcements come without knowing what else they're sending out.
Well, we kind of pointed out everything they needed to send out. And we know so little of what the Polar Queen possibly is keeping to herself. The reinforcement couldn't possibly be enough, to stand up to that.
Maybe not.
I do not believe that even if reinforcements were to come, that she would immediately make a move. She is still the queen of this frozen folk, and her moving away from her realm must and seat of power must have some cost associated with it.
I'm less concerned about her moving on them than them moving on her.
Yeah.
We should make, if they were to come, make our first priority to lead them in the direction of maybe fortification instead of war.
I agree. So we're scratching plan. Paper bird.
Well, we should really keep an eye on Kalanthor and what he's sending out. Perhaps developing some sort of strong relationship with him might, give us some insight into that.
I got an idea. Hold on.
All right, I'm all for it.
What if? All right.
Oh.
What if I turn into an animal and go spy on him?
and perhaps explain to me what that means.
That's
Oh,
not a metaphor.
boy.
That's a literal. That's not a metaphor at all. That's literally just what I would do. So we know it.
This ain't canon, but Clark's gonna be like, sounds stupid.
Stupid.
Boo!
I think we should get Clerk into this.
Yeah, maybe he can fly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do Komodo eat rats?
Komodo eat
Very
meats.
good question. I don't know.
Komodo eat meat, so they can eat rats. They probably wouldn't be very inclined to eat rats, though.
Because
I
like,
feel that this question should not be asked to Clerk if you
What?
still want him to be your companion.
well, look, I'm not. It could be a different kind of rodent.
Well,
The
as long
thing
as
is, if I was snooping around as an animal and if I got caught, Clerk could come out and snatch me up and like, quote unquote, eat me.
What?
Okay.
Out of character. What?
sorry,
All right. So Carmen doesn't know a lot about Komodo. And she thinks they're just owls that are people.
Oh my god.
It is that he would just fly by, pick her up, and fly away.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
She's been in the ice like the Iceland for the past like 50 years.
Iceland.
However long yeah, basically. So she doesn't really know a lot about Komodo.
Yotimo's gonna look at Carmen and say, I appreciate the effort, but so far your ideas have been actually they've not been quite that bad. But this last one I have a hard time getting around it.
This is better than the Mold Earth Gambit. Let me tell you.
Yeah, well, if I knew such a spell, I'd know, but
So
I
one
can-
time.
I can assure you at least that Komodo are, as most humanoids, don't prefer rats as food.
I mean, I've cooked rats before.
You're telling me.
They are somewhere a delicacy. So
You're telling me most humanoids don't eat rats?
Most try not to.
Interesting.
they are a food. They are cookable.
You can
Edible.
spin them on a rotisserie. You can put them in a stew. You ever had rat stew?
I could do many things with rats.
I'm curious. I'd love to see what you are capable of doing with a rat.
Well, we first need to find a rat. That is the difficult part. And the rest, well, we can just stand around the fire and you'll let me cook. And you'll tell me how you like it at the end. And if you even can tell it's a rat.
Okay, but like, do me a favor. If I'm gone and you don't know where I am, and you catch an animal, like, punch it before you cook it.
You know, stunning an animal before cooking it spoils the meat sometimes, so I
Yeah,
would
but
not
like,
be
but hold on. But like,
immediately inclined to do this.
if you hit the animal and I'm the animal, I just transform back.
Are there any discernible traits that you have?
I mean, like, all white. I look
Well,
camouflaged.
I will refrain from cooking white rats from now on.
I
Okay.
shall leave the two of you to your very deep and insightful discussions.
It was about time someone was the dumb one of the group. It was gonna be one of us. Didn't know who yet.
Look, she's a soldier, not an academic.
And I respect that.
All right, I'm gonna turn in for the night. So
Kind of fall into deep meditation.
yeah, just get a couple hours.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Was it? Want to share a tent, Yotimo? I don't need much space. Anyway.
Oh yeah, why do I only have 4? What the fuck? Did I
Well,
put one?
I'll share a tent.
I feel like I put 5. I don't understand.
We may have slept into another tent, perhaps.
Maybe so. Hold on, let me grab. I have it.
Oh,
here.
that's not too bad. I'll,
I ate the
I'll
tent.
be a renegade. Yeah, I'll pay rent.
Oh, hold on. Tent.
Tent. No, I'll still share.
There we go.
You get
There's just an empty one. I don't know why this one is like
carbon.
It's
We'll
dark.
take that one.
too. Yeah, I don't know why it's dark.
Aw.
Nice.
I was like,
Yeah.
dark tent. Aw. Sad Yotimo noises.
All right, you can get a long rest in since you're sleeping the night.
Okay, so actually, during the night, I would like to wake up if I
Okay.
can. Cast locate object, find the letter.
Okay. Give me a little. Wait, let me see locate object. I just forget.
Yeah, let me check it.
Getting interesting. Getting interesting.
Okay, so the nearest object of a particular kind. Because you haven't seen the letter, or whatever it is.
I did not see him writing the letter.
No.
Okay.
So,
Within 30 feet.
yeah, within 30 feet. Okay. Yeah. It is off in. Okay, I actually need one more tent. Oh my god, so many tents. It's almost as if it's camp of some kind. Okay. This goes here. Alright. In this direction.
All right, Carmen will cast pass without a trace on herself. And
Pew!
sneak. Inconspicuously.
Alright, give me a stealth check.
All right, don't roll a 1. Come on.
With advantage, because everyone's asleep.
Double one roll. Let's see it.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh my god, you needed that advantage. Okay. And Pass Without Trace gives you +10, so that's like a 31 stealth.
I disappear from the game.
Fucking melt into the air. You enter spectator mode. Alright, as you very gently pry the flap of this tent open, you can see that Kalenthor is sleeping on a simple cot. Next to him is a small table, and on top of it is a little rolled up scroll and a feather pen.
Is the scroll sealed?
Not yet.
I very quietly unroll the scroll.
All right. And as Kalenthor is sleeping, and you are like fucking Metal Gear stealth, he doesn't notice.
Journal.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm getting the
And-
intelligence.
All right, this scroll says, let's see this. Maybe like something like this. Okay. In the scroll, basically, you can see that Kalenthor has detailed very, like, to the letter, basically, everything that you told him. He has requested for 50 to 100 more warriors to be deployed to the camp on hand, ready to defend. He has also asked for an enlarged flow of rations. He has arranged for specialized mages as well, shamans, more healers, shamans that deal in battle. And he has also asked for a representative of the House of Morin to come to the camp.
Anything else?
Besides that, let's see. I don't think that he would ask for anything else. Yeah.
I will roll it back up and place it right where I found it,
Nice.
and then sneak my way back to the tent.
Okay. And as night passes and morning takes over, it is now the morning of your 4th day in the Scarce.
Yawn. Yeah.
On God.
Straight up.
Oh god, oh god.
Let's go.
I am awake.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna put in that new art as well while you're doing whatever you need to do around the camp.
Within the rations, are there like any leftovers, like potato shavings, and
Oh yeah,
sort of thing?
yeah, definitely.
All right. So you just see Yotimo sitting on a log, trying to basically do French fries, but like more of a cluster of shavings of potato fried with some oil.
Nice.
You see Carmen pull out a little packet, pours it into a hot cup of water. It's like a deep brown liquid.
Yes. All right, I'm turning the grid on. Don't be alarmed. I'm just trying to put this new art.
I am alarmed.
Yeah.
She
No,
looks
there's an
very
encounter
tired.
right now.
They
in the
found
middle
out
of the
Carmen
morning.
was in there.
Drops the oil-filled potato basket in the fire, stands up. Wolves?
Carmen took a crap on Kalenthor's bed.
Oh my god.
It's awful.
Stealthily though, stealthily.
Stealthily. He didn't notice until he like woke up.
Yeah. Oh wait, I need to make this square. My bad.
She looks terrible. She's a bad night's sleep.
Hmm.
Tuile joins us.
There we go. Get it square. Actually, the background noise is actually really fitting right now. Like a little hustle and bustle
Yeah.
as you. Where did I put it? Why don't I?
And so, yeah, cooking some potato shavings and then trying to do a stew out of the rations. Trying to apply his knowledge of sauces and making some stew for everybody.
Oh, why did it save you in monsters? My bad.
That's what I am.
Yeah.
I am a monster.
Okay.
They haven't
upload.
seen anything yet.
Yeah.
There we go. 1,
But the baby
Two.
just ain't seen nothing yet.
Her two favorite terrains are war and the Scarce.
Snow.
Colonel, I tried to sneak past them, but the sound of crunching snow alerted the guards.
Snake?
It's
that
everywhere.
you?
Boom. All right, reloading.
Is that
Carmen's-
a monkey?
Carmen's textures update as well.
Oh.
Become lug.
It's just Among Us, Carmen.
There we go.
Ooh.
Damn.
Cute.
Is that Ananias?
Yeah,
Yes, sir. I love Ananias art. Look at the shit.
good art.
That's
Oh my god,
good.
that's cool.
Ananias
That's
is so good.
good. What is that? How do you pronounce the race?
Ishimaya.
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 Shemaya,
That's a good Ishimaya word.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Lila will come over, stretching. Oh, smells good. What are you cooking?
Some leftover stew and a delicacy that I am trying to perfect, which is shavings of potato into oil, seasoned with the local herbs. You can try if you want.
Oh, yes, of course, if you don't mind.
Here you go. Just a little spot for you.
She'll lean over, grab a serving. Oh, that's lovely.
I do my best.
In between
If you
mouthfuls.
find-
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
If you find anything, I know you are an outdoors folk. If you find anything, I'd say exotic, bring it back. I'll try and find a way to make something out of it.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's why I'm here. And in between mouthfuls, she'll ask, "So, what's on the agenda for today? You all keeping busy? I'm sure there's lots to be done."
I guess.
That's actually a good
Uh,
question.
Well, you know,
I
you
would
could
wanna-
help me. You could help me with something if you wanted. But I'm
What
sure
are you
you're
doing
all
now?
quite busy.
What would that be?
She puts the bowl down. On our way here, we had something a little bit crazy happen to us. Farrah's still a little shaken from it, but we handled it okay. We flew in through Mantife, and when we got here, it was still daytime. We thought we were good, but when we hit the staging point and we're about to let everything off the Mantife and unload, we were attacked By a night cry. Now I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we came here in the daytime. I don't know why a night cry was out in the daytime. It was only one, and we managed to scare it off, but it's still around somewhere.
Hmm.
You think it's gone mad?
Perhaps
I don't
it
know.
was
I've never seen a night cry come out at daytime.
And
I'd
so I
be down.
suppose what you're asking is us finding it and
Getting rid of it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's that
Do you wanna-
simple.
Do you want us to help you, or do you want us to just do it?
Oh no, I'll come with you. Yeah, because I know where it went. She'll kind of tap the side of her head, you know, like, I tracked it.
Forgive
Drop
me
it.
for my ignorance, but what is a night cry?
Well, it's a good thing that you asked, because that means that you're smart. Night cries come out at night. They're these terrible, terrible, horrible creatures that blend into the night sky and try to rip you to shreds if you travel by night. They usually keep to the skies, and if you're around at night, they'll come down and try to catch you off guard. So that's why it's so strange to me that one will be out here in the daytime. I guess maybe the Scarce is, well, it's the Scarce, so you can't really expect anything to be normal here.
Do these night cry travel in groups?
Yeah, usually. Like packs of 2 or 3. This was a single one, so maybe it was lost.
So what you're saying is, if we follow the one we tracked, we might run into a pack of them.
I mean, I'm sure you guys can handle it, right?
Well, okay. Question:
Yeah.
Do you know if they have any specific weaknesses?
She'll think. You know, I usually just shoot them until they're dead, but I mean, they come out at night, so I'm sure that they don't like the light. Although this one might be different. I don't know. It kind of looked a little weird. It was hard to tell.
We just load something real quick. Yeah, we should probably take care of that. We don't want any daytime creatures.
And plus, this would fit the description of something exotic, don't you think?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I don't know how tasty night cries are, but
They're
Have we
tasty
Night
when they
Cries?
go through me.
Are they poisonous?
I don't know. I've never tried to eat one.
Fair enough.
Have you,
She'll stand
Yotimo?
and she'll stand and stretch. Yeah, have you?
If I have?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
Well, there's a first
I
time for
was-
everything, I guess. It's all right. If you get poisoned, Nilaga can always get you better.
I
Hmm.
could do that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
entrust my life into Carmen's hands.
Okay, well, don't get too happy.
I have been
I'm good.
saved a few times.
So who wants to head
Good.
out? You ready?
Sure.
Wait a second. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll finish that code later.
Very well.
All right. Come on, follow me.
Mission for the day.
I made sure to note what direction it flew in after we fought it off. I think it went somewhere a little bit northeast of the landing point. I'll show you. Don't worry. Alright, let me give you access to her sheet as well.
Oh.
Alright, so it should show up now. You can see what she does. She has a couple things that she can do. And I'll bring you to the little regional map. Alright, new point of interest. The landing point, and I'm going to do this in a different color. I'll use blue for like shit that Lila comes up with or finds that you have to do. So, incidentally, the landing point for the Manta phase is right around here, where this little blue dot is. That's where you arrived when you got there. Lila will take you to a little location around here. And what you'll see is the entrance to a large cave that kind of pokes up from the snow. And she'll point and say, I tracked it to this cave. It flew in. I think maybe it's using it as some sort of shelter or breeding zone, or I don't know.
You want me to scout ahead again with Remy or Lafayette?
Oh, sure, if you want.
Then well, if it's a cave, probably Remy appear before me, my servant, yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just summoned my familiar. I'm sorry.
Oh.
My bad.
Okay. As you... Oh my god. The name is still wrapped, though. Hold on, let me... There we go.
Oh shit, right.
Alright, as you summon your familiar Remy and enter the cave, this is what you see. Okay. And let's do this. Here, I'll do all. 1 second while I gotta get rid of the... There we go. I gotta get rid of the music bot. Pew pew. Okay. Great. And let me get this shit going.
Oh,
All right,
as
this
far as
is gonna play through roll 20. So the audio, the volume might be a little off. So make sure to adjust your roll 20 volume. You can do that in audio and video in settings, just so that it's at a comfortable level.
Audio and video.
There we go.
The
All
Discord
right.
setting?
It's in roll 20 itself. So you go to the settings, you go to
Oh.
audio and video, and then there's like a little slider that you can use to make the sounds whatever volume's comfortable for you.
Okay.
Okay, so what you'll see before you, as you enter the cave, well, first of all, the cave is completely dark. You're in sort of like this large, sort of opening area, and there's this like frigid waterfall that runs down this way. There's a platform here that you're on, and a little gap over the waterfall that runs down here. From your platform down to the bottom of the waterfall is about 25 feet, and there are two passageways. There's a passageway here and a passageway here. Just make me a general perception check. Let's see what you can notice about the whole little area.
1 second.
Just the rat, because just the rat is in
Oh,
here right
my
now.
bad.
All good.
Rat.
Rat. Oh shit.
Yeah, he just has
Oh shit.
a 10 wisdom.
Oh rat.
Okay. With an 11, you can see that this passageway in particular, a lot of the rocks around the opening have been dislodged a little bit. This passageway looks relatively untouched. Yeah, that's what you can see from with that.
Then Remy will scuttle a little over the edge here and
Okay, this gap
try
you can
to-
jump over. This gap will be an acrobatics check to jump over.
can I try to crawl along the wall?
Oh yeah, if you have a climbing speed, you can do that.
Wait, does
Or if
Northwards
you if you don't, you can try to acrobatics check to what do you call it? To scuttle along like rocks and stuff along the wall.
Yeah, it doesn't have climbing speed, so I'll try to scuttle along.
Nice. All right, with the 16, the cavern wall is very like rough and like worn and everything, so you can definitely find some good footholds and little rocks to jump from as you kind of make your way along the wall, avoiding the gap, and you can get over to this platform now.
Let's see. What is behind door number 2?
All right, here, again, there's these platforms here, which these platforms are easily traversable. This platform is a jump to make it across. There's a depression here in the ground that's about, I'd say, a little bit deeper than the other one, maybe about 30 feet. Make me another perception check as you come to this room. Ooh, with an 18. Pretty good. Well, first of all, you can hear like faint sounds of something kind of moving in what might be like a chamber over, kind of that way. Like rocks being shifted around and everything. Also, something interesting to note is that at the bottom of this little gap here is what appears to be like some sort of like a liquid, but it's not the water from the waterfall. It almost looks, and the way that I can describe it in IRL terms is it almost looks non-Newtonian. It looks a little bit like a weird white goo. And it's just kind of lying, covering the whole bottom of this gap here, inert. But you can tell that it's like a little shiny.
Very well.
But yeah, that's all you can notice in this chamber.
Then I don't believe Remy will be able to scout far ahead, much more ahead, without dying a gruesome death. Well, I can make the attempt. All for information.
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
All right.
God.
In the deep fryer you go.
Yep. You back up and then try to run and jump across the gap, but your little rat legs don't give you enough power. And as Remy falls through the gap, you go sploosh into the weird liquid slash goo at the bottom. Immediately, it seems to cover the rat, and that's where your connection is just snapped off.
Well, shit. Back at my buddy.
Right? Would you like to enter the cave?
I'll inform everybody about what I found, especially about the upper tunnel that uh, seems to contain some thing. And a not Newtonian liquid. It's
All right, what are we doing?
Are we in the cave or are we still like outside of the cave?
You're still. Do you want to enter?
Well, after hearing that, it only makes sense.
Got it. And boom, 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 boom. Oh, feel free to heal to full, by the way, because you had a long rest, and you can replenish spell slots and everything.
Yep.
And Lala's there with you. All right. It is completely dark here, so anyone who doesn't have dark vision will need to, some sort of light source to see.
Maybe she might have that.
Yeah.
I do not know. I do
No.
not know. I don't know. Do they?
I think
Yes.
we have dark vision.
All right, then you're all good.
Superior dark vision.
I think actually Zahavi though. Do Masai have dark vision?
Javi have dark vision. Javi has dark vision.
Got it. Okay, cool. Then you're all good to see.
Cool. All right. As we enter the cave, Clerk will walk by to let's see. I forget. Who are our melee fighters? Be
Zahavi
Common,
is
Tuile, and I guess
Zahavi is semi
semi
close
melee.
quarters.
All right.
I mean,
Just gonna walk.
Tuile is like warlock, but tends to be in melee more often than not. So
Yeah. I'm gonna cast aid. And I'm gonna touch Carmen, Tuile, and Zahavi. Y'all get
got it.
+5 to health.
We train. So.
Cool.
Max health.
Yep,
How
that gap's a
tall?
jump.
How tall is it?
The ceiling here is about 20 feet up.
All right. Click just flies over.
Hey, Clerk,
Yes.
can you she pulls out a rope. Can you nail this to the ground somehow?
Sure. He flies back, grabs the rope, and flies back.
She's holding the other end.
Do I have something to put it down on?
Kobu, with a Masai's glide speed, can I just cross the bridge?
Yes.
Crawl on the wall.
Yeah, it's about 15 feet across.
I also have a climbing speed, I believe.
She'll hook. She's got a hook, and she wants to try and hammer the hook into the rock.
Okay, that's easy enough.
I guess Clark does the same thing on his side.
She will shimmy across.
Nice, nice.
I will do the same.
And Tuile. Alright, so that's 15 feet of rope that you've used.
Okay.
And you're safely across.
So I got 35 left.
We enter the cave. This cave.
From here on, it will be more or less unknown terrain. Be careful not to fall into the goo.
Slides over.
This is another 15-foot gap here.
Hmm.
I'll use my rope this time,
Got
Just
it.
the gap over here.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's
It's about 15 feet.
and I'll fix it. All right, you're ready to cross.
Grabs rope. Comes over.
Thank you, Chief.
Nails it down.
Boom, boom. There's a longer winding passageway this way.
Zahavi. Do you have any information about this liquid?
I am uncertain about its origin, but it nearly it felt a little as if it was moving on its own to embrace the Remy.
Lila floats down and stands on the edge looking down at the goo. Maybe it's some sort of ooze or a slime.
I checked this somehow.
Make me a nature check.
Ooh, can
I
I get
end
to
up-
do this too?
Yeah, you can do that too if you want.
Yeah.
May I also?
Yes. Oh my god. 20. 12. 7. All right. So Zahavi, it does seem to definitely look very similar to like a slime, like maybe like one of those gelatinous cubes or like a black ooze or something like that. But it's definitely you've never seen it before. That's for sure. Could just be like a weird, scarce variant of an ooze or slime. But it's definitely not just some liquid. It's
reason
definitely
I'm
something a
asking
little
the
bit
question
worse.
is-
Yeah.
Speaking to Zahavi, the reason why I'm asking is I am very, very, very curious of how it tastes like.
I
Well-
thought you were to say that and use it as some form of starch or something.
But I am of the patient kind. We will most definitely return, but it does seem interesting.
I do believe you will have more than one occasion. I fear that there might be more than just one of these here in this case.
Well, for our sake, I hope not.
We'll cut a small strip off the wolf hide she's wearing. Chuck it in.
Uh-oh.
Does anything
Okay.
happen?
What would you like to do? Sorry.
I take like a 3-inch strip of wolf hide off the one I'm wearing and cut it off and throw it into the goo.
Okay. The strip of hide floats down into the substance that lines the floor of the little gap. And you can see that it floats, comes to rest on the surface, and then immediately the liquid on either side rises up on its own like a little wave, like a little tiny wave, and envelopes the strip of hide, and it is gone.
Is that a sentient pool?
It is
It
some
does
form of
look like it.
ooze. I hate it.
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, we better keep some rope to not have to stumble up there. Or down there, I should say.
Lila flies across. That was horrible, but it was so interesting.
Right?
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
I wonder what would happen if it was a bigger creature.
I want to think about it.
I think. s-
Nothing you.
What do we see here?
This looks to be a... Well, make me a perception check. Because there are two paths.
Perception
Where is
with guidance. 25.
Where is perception? Oh.
America explain. All right. This passage or this chamber looks to be a dead end, except that at the back here, Clerk, you'll notice that there are some loose, like rubble and stones blocking the way. They could be shifted aside or broken through with sufficient force, probably. And then there's this other passageway, which Carmen can see leads to a much larger area. Oh my god, Tuile. Oh my god. Oh no.
Really, no.
Is that worth it? Carmen will peer down.
This is a huge chasm, huge underground chasm that reaches far down, far like way farther than any of the other big gaps. You can see that there are numerous jagged rocks that line the edges of the chasm. It doesn't look very friendly. It is a long way to the other side as well. This is a little lower ledge, so you can
Okay.
actually, yeah, you can stand there. It's a little longer as well. It's about 30 feet from end to end.
We'll just
I
start
got 35 feet of rope.
fly like relatively close to the edge and just do I have candles? I think I have candles. No, candles wouldn't work because it would go away. Do I have some kind of
I
lighting thing that I can drop? See how far down
I
it goes?
I will light a torch and reach out to Clerk. You might need that.
Grabs, flies over, drops. See where it goes.
All right, make me a perception check to calculate how far down the chasm is based on the light falling.
Perception.
And then I
Sheesh.
can
20.
It's like the math meme. All the numbers just race past
With
Clerk's head.
with +4 to guide with guidance.
There you go. Nat 20 and a 29. All right. With that, you can estimate that the chasm is exactly 76 feet deep.
Woo. Flies back. So you don't want to fall. It's about 70 feet, 76 feet down to the bottom.
I mean, I feel like after a certain point, it doesn't matter how many feet. You just don't want to fall.
Yeah, the jagged rocks are scary. What we could
Yup.
do, I did notice back where we went the other way, we could just push through one of the walls.
Oh, we could also do the same thing we did before, maybe with two ropes to grab overhead and then walk along the lower row. I don't want to potentially, well, warn our our target about our entrance.
Yeah.
Sounds reasonable.
I feel like we should at least set it up on this side first. Just that way.
All right. Gonna grab the rope. I guess we can use my rope.
I do have rope too.
Zahavi uses the last bit of his rope.
Is it 30 feet?
It is 30 feet.
40?
34, 35 feet, I believe.
Oh, 35 feet. Okay.
Yes, it is 35 feet across.
Grabs rope.
Or 30 feet, sorry, excuse me. 30 feet. It's only 30 feet, not 35.
Flies over. It's 30 feet.
Nice.
Hikes it down or whatever. Nails it down.
Zahavi does the same with his rope, but about one body length above the first rope, and fixes it on the other side.
You can see Lila flies over to this other end.
Oh,
What?
Clark will fly over. You gotta,
Okay, well-
you gotta slow down for the other non-feathered folk.
Oh, my bad, sorry. But it looks like there's another ledge over here.
oh my
Indeed,
god.
there
She'll pull out
is.
the rest of her rope.
While
It's another 30
crossing,
feet.
Yotimo says under his breath, "That would be a very nice home for a cocky."
This is another 30 feet from this ledge to this ledge.
I have 35 left, so I pass it over.
Lila will take it over this time. And she'll put it down into the ground. But then she'll go, ooh! And look, and disappear behind this wall. Seems
Damn
like she
it.
saw something.
Clark will fly forward out of concern for the easily excitable Komodo.
Yeah.
You notice anything? I'm guessing, is that before this or after?
Lila is currently looking up at what appears to be a old ancient stone archway carved from the rock that marks the entrance to this chamber.
Is there any form of writing on the archway?
No, it looks pretty simple, pretty old, but it's definitely a constructed archway.
Does it seem like any form of construction we are familiar about from any culture?
Make me a history check.
I also do that.
Yeah, sure. Any Komodo in the party get advantage, I believe.
History checks?
Yeah, on history checks for this particularly because it's stone.
Okay.
Stone working.
Wow.
Advantage.
Well,
Why is my
Try to
intelligence so
content
high?
it.
Guidance for everyone. In order. 1, 2, 3.
What
4,
happened to that?
5. Or 4, I guess.
well, the one who, yeah, 27. That's good.
Okay.
Get on my levels, bitch.
Zahavi and Sai will. Oh my god. Zahavi and Carmen will notice that this archway. Well, okay. Carmen will notice that this archway doesn't seem to be like. It doesn't seem to be like conspicuously the work of any. Like it doesn't seem to be made in the style of any race that you know of on Etunn. However, Zahavi will notice this, but also something more about it. It's not just that it's not like clearly a Komodo thing or clearly a Numoro thing, or it's not that it's like just that. It almost seems to be like a mix of everything. It almost seems to be sort of this mismatch of like the architectural styles of different races in Etunn. So it doesn't look like it was created by any single race, but you can see these tiny little elements and details in the stonework that seem to suggest a whole bunch of different races.
Fascinating, but also concerning.
What? What is it? What do you see? Lila will ask.
This archway was not built in a particular style, but it still resembles multiple different races' typical way of construction. It
Oh,
is
interesting.
weird.
Yes, exactly. I wonder if, well, someone was definitely here then before us. Let's go in. This room is a large room, about, I'd say ceiling about 30 feet high, a little bit taller than most of the rest of the cavern. There's a giant pit in the floor that is very, very dark down. It's very deep. However, the biggest thing that stands out to you about this room is the object, or rather, well, here, I'll just show you. Because there's something at the other end of the room. You'll see a humanoid figure, like a statue almost, made of stone, that is standing hunched over at the end of the room, inert.
Winkle toes. Gotta be careful. Have we seen anything like this before?
Make me a history check for this thing.
All of us?
Yeah, anybody who wants to. 18, 17.
Natural 20. Nope, that's a 15. Yeah.
Not bad.
Natural picked.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay, with those history checks, this looks to be some sort of primitive statue. It's very roughly molded. Sort of almost looks like an Eldar, but it's got legs. And it's standing in like a hunched sort of neutral position, with its head facing the ground, in the back of the chamber. Its face is featureless, although you can see a design molded into its forehead. This art here, it's pretty accurate to what you'll see. So you can see like these sort of carvings on the stone as well that seem to be intricate and decorative.
Hmm.
Lila kind of
Creatures
walks
here.
over to the edge.
Creatures here tend to really not wanting to be cooked.
Well, I certainly wasn't expecting this. I mean, I saw the Night Cry fly in here. But this is a... well, I don't know what it is. This is a little out of my expertise.
So, what's over here?
Looks to be an empty room.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Zahavi. Anything over there?
That chamber also looks to be empty.
Empty.
What's in the pit?
Make me a perception check.
I look in the pit. I see nothing in the pit.
It is too deep to see.
Yeah.
Clark
There
will
really isn't much to glance
float
out
a
of this.
little bit towards the edge and take a gander.
Into the Nice.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Can I produce a
I
good
see
card?
everything.
Can
Oh
I
my
produce?
god.
Damn. That's like
Good
2 nat
blast.
20
Twice.
perceptions
Yeah,
in a
Well,
row.
with
that's two
best
max, but
blast both
yeah,
times.
You know what? What the
Sheesh.
heck? Why not?
the guidance. Yeah.
Can I produce flame and throw it down there?
Produce flame is like an attack, so it'll just kind of shoot
Oh,
out, like, yeah, and
so
it
it
won't
won't
go
light up.
very far. Yeah.
Kind of like a little flare, kind of just like.
Yeah, and then it'll go away. With a nat 20 though, with a nat 20 perception, it is still too deep to see the bottom. However, you do see that the walls of the pit are relatively smooth, except for what appear to be rocks that kind of jut out from the wall at seemingly random intervals. Like these, like basically like these. It's like the pit has lumps that kind of just jut out from the walls.
And you're saying it's like smooth mostly with
Yeah, it's mostly smooth the
almost.
walls, and then there's like these very conspicuous rocks that protrude out of the walls at different, you know, just all the way down.
Clerk is gonna come back. Group huddle.
Group
Yeah.
huddle.
Group huddle. Uh, so, looking down the hole, I noticed there's basically like, I guess, before I started, those jagged rocks, are they in a line going down, or are they like just kind of, are they truly like random, or is it, what does it look like, I guess?
Um, they're not in a line, and they're also not actually jagged. They're more like these like smooth, like little, yeah, little
Kind of
smooth,
like a rock climbing wall.
yeah, little domes. Yeah,
Okay. All right,
it
Clerk's
doesn't it
gonna,
doesn't look very natural, basically.
right. Okay, Clerk's gonna group huddle. So there appears to be what I could only venture to guess, not natural rocks just jutting out on the sides of the wall in the hole. Um, I believe it probably would help to, I guess, go see if they're sturdy enough to carry weight.
You suppose that something or someone used them to traverse that hole?
I believe more than one something or someone. They might have been jagged at first and after constant use eventually become smooth.
Usage in what?
Something might live down in this hole.
Hmm.
Perhaps the Night Cries.
Would the Night Cries need these protrusions? They, as Lila told us, are able to fly.
Oh, perhaps therefore another creature. Who knows?
Think that moving rock might be responsible for that?
We can test it.
How do you suppose?
We uh uh well, we can touch one of the rocks on the walls inside the hole, see what it does.
Very well. Want me to climb down?
Either or, I can float down too.
Um, just before you go down, and clerk, how deep would you say are those bumps?
Uh, DM?
They're less than a foot.
Less than a foot apart.
Less than a foot, like out of the wall, in depth. That's
Uh,
it. That's the word.
okay. It seems that the rocks are almost a foot jutting outwards.
Okay. No,
So
but
a
how
pretty.
deep would you say we'd need to go down to touch one of them?
The rocks start about 20 feet into the pit.
Hmm. Then, even though I do believe we have options to go down, we should at least give someone rope and not let them just go unchecked. I don't want anyone to slip, you know.
So yeah, I believe it'd be best for those of us that have a way of coming back without problem.
Hmm. I do still have some rope, and TM, at the
Yeah.
beginning, I haven't used my rope yet. So, how much rope did I have initially?
Should have been 50. Unless you got more.
No, I don't think I took more than like a standard amount.
Yeah. Then the
So,
standard amount's usually 50.
okay, that's good. Perfect. Just didn't
I
note it
guess,
properly.
would I be able to tell how deep the hole was? Like, even as a guesstimate?
It's so deep that your dark vision just gives out. So it's deeper than your dark vision.
90 feet.
Okay.
I, I have an idea. I could become a spider.
Yes.
Yes.
How big?
Um, like like about a foot,
So, pretty big spider.
big spider.
It's
That's
just
an
about
idea.
An idea. Any thoughts on the idea?
Um,
it's just about climbing down. I'm more than proficient enough in regards to that.
we could chain the climbing down. Suppose Javi starts going down, and considering that the depth is not negligible, we could start off with Zahavi carrying Carmen as a spider, and then relay, or perhaps just let Carmen go even deeper. So we have a closer net for information.
All right, sure. Let's do that.
Carmen gets behind Zahavi. She puts her hands on his shoulder, and then he feels her hands turn to like small, creepy little things. Then he feels 6 more of them on his back.
Oh my god.
Is the spider white as well?
It's like a foot wide and a foot long.
No,
Yeah,
but
it's not
in
big.
color.
In color?
White.
Oh yeah, it's white. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Sorry, yeah, I didn't pronounce it right, but yeah.
Oh, you're good.
Uh, you'll see Yotimo write down on his on a little notebook. So no white spider as well.
It's got gray spots on it.
Like we'll start floating down and just kind of poking the smooth rocks jutting out.
Oh, okay. Well, as you fly down and poke the first rock, uh, you immediately notice something very strange in that the rock is soft. Your
Oh.
your finger leaves a tiny little impression as you push down on the rock, and the rock is not rock at all, but some sort of weird soft substance. And when you take away your finger, the depression from your finger lingers just a tiny bit before reforming.
Like I'll immediately fly back up. Okay, uh, uh, those things are not rocks. They're something else. It was soft.
describe to me how soft it was.
Like clay?
Like,
It was okay. It's like Play-Doh, but like I don't know. I guess it is kind of like soft clay. I guess is a better way to do it in character.
Okay.
yeah, something like almost like clay. I poked it and then it left an impression and then it reformed almost like actually like skin.
It reformed in a visible way, in a speed visible to the eye. That is concerning to the maximum.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't believe it'd be great to try and get us all down there. I don't know if those might be the night cries. It's just very concerning.
Mm.
Well,
Um,
Carmen and I can just maybe take a look and just return back immediately after.
Mandible clicking.
do any of us know anything about night cries in general? The way they work, the way they reproduce? Does
You can
anyone
give me a
know?
nature check if you want to.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Uh,
Nature.
Carmen can make it at advantage because
Oh,
she's a druid,
okay.
And
All right.
guidance.
Woo!
and I'll have Lila roll as well. Okay,
What's
so
his
Oh,
guidance?
okay.
So we got it. 19.
18, 20, 18, and 6. All right, some facts about night cries. Night cries do travel in packs, often most commonly in packs of 3, although they can be larger or smaller. They love to come out at night. They have an uncanny ability to blend into the night sky and become unseen. They're extremely hostile and fierce, um, extremely dangerous apex predators. They have no other no predators of their own. They're found all over Etunn in any region, any climate, any time of the year. It is not actually known where night cries, if night cries just are nomadic or if they have like nests or some sort of den or something. It's not really known where they actually go um, once nighttime is over. It's yeah, that's something that's not known about night cries. All that's known is that they don't show up during the day. Only during the night do they become active and actively hunt for prey. Night cry eat anything. They eat people. They eat animals. They'll try to eat a rock if you throw it at them. They're ravenous, terrible, uh, fierce creatures.
Okay. Hmm.
Would relay that, but I'm a spider.
ominous, ominous chittering.
Yeah.
A lot of it just into your ear, and you just no idea what's happening.
Mandibles are moving.
Avi scratches, common spider. And you kind of remind me of Camilla.
She gets off of him.
Ah, just like Camilla.
Hmm. So poking at them is not a good idea then.
So
Because they are, if they are indeed night cries, considering that you've seen a few of them, bumps would be terrible for us. So,
yes,
Don't you think if they were night cries, they would have tried to eat us by now?
they
well, I I
might
mean,
be dude. It
either
is
they're
still
sleeping
daytime.
or it's.
I mean, they could be sleeping, but it's dark in here. I don't know. I don't know.
Perhaps we should take a sample. But that's a bad idea. So.
Well, any other ideas?
Turns back to a human or Inishimaya. Okay, I was trying not to do that because I only got 2 of those, but like, what if we just sealed the hole?
With what?
I mean,
I don't have anything that would be capable of
Sealing
closing
the
off
hole could
something
be
as large as this.
sealing the hole could be done in a few ways. We could use any means necessary to break off the top of the hole, and boulders falling down would perhaps jam. So that's one way.
yeah.
It could possibly endanger us too.
Of
What if
course,
And
if
who says?
anything's alive down there, it's not going to be pleased.
No, I mean that the vibrations might cause more wreckage to fall than anticipated, and maybe even close off the tunnels themselves.
Oh, that too.
is there any way anyone could go down there and just check before we do something?
So Harvey um, starts climbing down like a monkey.
Monkey.
Yotimo prepares rope in case.
So Harvey wraps it around his waist and continues onward. I'll just have a look. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo. What do I see as I descend?
Give me a perception check. With a 12, there are those weird rock jutting out soft things. There's also the relatively smooth walls of the pit, and below you, you can just see the yawning abyss. Goes down further than your dark vision can see.
The smooth rocks, do they appear natural at all, or are they um, more constructed, more unnatural?
They don't look constructed. They're the same color as the walls of the cave or walls of the pit, so um, that's why they pretty much just look like rock formations, but they're too uniform uh, and like smoothly formed to be natural rock formations.
Zahavi reports that back, but continues onward, uh, slowly descending.
As you descend, it's just more of the same. It just
I'll
goes
go
on
as
deeper,
I'll go as far as the rope allows me,
which is
50 feet.
50 feet. Okay. 50
Yotimo's
feet
holding
down. Yeah, sorry.
the end of the rope.
50 feet down, you still cannot see the bottom of the pit.
That is very much something to report back. This is fucking deep, and I couldn't even tell how deep.
You want me to turn back into a spider and go all the way down there?
Oh, I could have gone further, but it is my concern is that the further we go, one of us goes, it might be that we will be cut off from everyone else, unable to return.
I'll be back in like a minute. She turns into a spider, starts crawling in the hole.
Ah,
If in a minute you're not back, we all go.
She gets to 50 feet where he was and looks around.
You still cannot see the bottom of the hole. Make
She
me a
goes
perception
another.
check.
Okay.
Oh, right.
ah,
You can't
My
notice
eyes are
anything either.
closed.
Yeah.
All 8 of them. She keeps on going
All right.
until she has 100 feet.
100 feet down. How far is your dark vision?
90 feet, or I don't know what a spider is.
Oh yeah.
Giant wolf spider. Blind sight 10 feet, dark vision 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. With a 60-foot dark vision, you can finally see the bottom of the hole. It looks like the pit is 150 feet deep. At the bottom of the pit is stone. However, there are also bones.
Does it look like there might be more room in the pit, or is it just that small area at the bottom?
Yeah, just that small area at the bottom.
I crawl back up.
It takes you a while, but you're eventually able to crawl back up.
I crawl on top of Zahavi and turn into a human, or turn into Ishimaya. So I piggyback on him.
Oh my god. And Ishimaya are like 6 feet minimum. Davi, make me a strength check.
On the edge of the precipice, please.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Pull him out.
Oh no.
Oh my god. All right, Zahavi. Well, you didn't roll in that one, so I'm not gonna be mean. I'm not gonna make you fall. But with 3, as Carmen shifts into a spider, all of a sudden the weight of a full Ishimaya comes onto your shoulders, and you buckle, and the both of you fall over onto the ground.
get off me!
He sits up. Yeah, so the hole was 150 feet deep. And there was bones at the bottom.
Big hole.
She shifts off Zahavi.
Hmm. Would someone care to take a sample of those bumps? Either scratch it to get sediments off of it, or perhaps a chunk of it.
I can do that. Wow, 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 wow. Scratch, scratch. Wow, 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 wow. Here.
So, DM, now I've got crumbs of those weird looking rocks.
Oh,
What is it?
okay. Well, so
I think
here,
we
let me
skipped a few steps, yeah.
let me back up. Let me back up.
Yeah.
So how would you like to take a sample of the rock?
I proposed that we were going to scratch at it just a tiny bit to see if anything falls off, and then I said that we could take a chunk off of it if need be.
Okay. Um, you're able to you're able to slice off a chunk of whatever weird substance this is, and as you slice it off, um, it's quite it's soft in your hand, sort of almost like clay, and you can see that the rest of the substance will slowly reform to cover that area, almost like it regenerated. And what you're left with is a small lump of a grayish, whitish substance that just lies in your hand like a little clump of slime. Or not slime, but like a little clump of wet clay.
Hmm. I'm going to keep that for later.
Nice.
When we're reaching the camp, I can identify it if you want to.
That would be a great idea.
Very well.
So, about the big giant rock in the room, um, what do we do about that?
I guess, my personal opinion, however that goes, is that we don't touch it.
Yeah, I suppose that's a great idea. I think we've
Like,
touched a few too much things today.
how durable does the golem look?
It looks like it's made out of stone, so pretty durable.
It's that's out of my jurisdiction. I'm more beating things that are alive.
Mm. And I'm more cutting things, so
Chopping.
chop. Hmm. So we were here for a night cry. I guess here is not the place that we were going to find it. Um, and Zahavi said that up north, or rather, where we came from, um, there were some rocks that were dislodged. So,
Yes, indeed.
if one can assume that we've explored most of the cavern, and I assume that this goes way, way, way deeper, um, perhaps we should head back.
Lila will look across the chasm. Well, what about that thing?
I would like to stay as far away from it as possible. If it might be, uh, we might incur its wrath. I
Oh,
fear.
From that distance, can I glean anything from the like the signs on it or the scripture on it?
perception check.
Can I cast comprehend languages to potentially read it?
Sure, but from this distance, you'll need a perception check. With a 15, you aren't able to read any of the carvings if they say anything. You can see that there appears to be like a little um, a little gap, I guess is the right way to put it, in the torso. Basically, what it looks like is the torso is made out of two rocks. Almost looks like a door. So it's like you feel as if like the torso, like it looks like it has doors, like it could open. With a 9, you're not able to see the carvings close enough.
Hmm.
I slowly approach, carefully,
Be
not
careful, Zagnabi. Be very, very careful.
Only going as far as necessary to hopefully read it with comprehend languages active.
With a 9, it does not seem to be inscribed with any sort of writing. However, you can see that the inscription on here, or like the carvings on this golem, they're very circular. They look like a bunch of concentric circles in of varying sizes, arranged in like a sort of pattern sort of design all over the golem. It doesn't seem to move at all. Just honestly, it's indistinguishable from a statue at this point.
I'm gonna drop concentration on the comprehend languages and instead ritually cast detect magic on the golem.
Got it? That's 10 minutes. Or 1 minute.
10.
Oh, 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes.
Give me a second, guys. Rearranging the braids and getting the vibe.
Vibrates.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Anything anyone else wants to do during this 10 minutes?
Leah,
Yes.
I would like to. Are you sure this is the cave?
Oh, I'm sure.
And you're sure it was trapped?
Well, I mean, it went in here. Could be bad.
Leah,
Yeah.
you're telling me you don't know if it stayed in here?
No, I don't know that. Oh. I see.
Do you see the issue?
Well, I mean, if it went here to seek shelter, it'll probably be back here, right?
It's a night cry. If when it's nighttime, it can go anywhere.
But it didn't come out at night.
It doesn't mean it won't come out again.
I see what you're saying. We still haven't explored all of the cave. It might still be around.
All that's in the bottom of that pit is bones.
Hmm.
And I didn't get close enough to find out if they were night cry bones, but if they aren't, we might be in trouble.
What about that other passageway at the entrance?
I don't know. I never went over there.
Would be good to check.
Oh, well, that's happening. I'll watch flank until we go back. Just make sure nothing sneaks up on us.
Walk over here and investigate this little area.
Make me a perception check.
Perception.
And get another nat 20. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Nat 1.
Duality of man.
Yes, sir. Looks to be an empty chamber. Nice.
Feast or
Stack
famine,
overflow.
baby.
Empty chamber and an empty brain.
No thoughts. Only
Clerk knows only two modes when perception checking.
Yeah.
Alright, if there's nothing else that anyone wants to do in the 10 minutes, detect magic can go off. Zahavi, you will notice a faint magical aura emanating from the golem. It is difficult to tell what type of magic it is specifically, as it's very faint and muted. It's just kind of ambiently present in the golem's area.
So not the golem itself, but the golem's area, more like.
It's definitely coming from the golem.
Ah, okay. Nothing clear. It just appears magical, but I can't specify. It is frustrating. I want to break apart. It wouldn't.
Can we glean anything from behind the golem?
It just looks to be more of the like just the wall of the cave.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it alive? Lila will ask.
It appears to be on standby, maybe? It seems
Dormant.
active, dormant, thank you.
So it's sleeping.
Well,
For now.
now we have a few ways we can go about this. Investigating is fun. So, approaching with caution would be best, but we could also try and poke at it from a distance. Not touching it, of course, but trying to have a feel. I've got just a tool if that is the desired outcome.
With my
Boy.
detect magic, do I detect anything specific from the door-like or window-like opening in the chest?
You can't really tell. It does seem to be that the epicenter of the magical like aura of the golem comes from the torso.
So the source is at its center behind in that window case. I give that information to the others.
Does the window seem empty, or does it have anything in it?
You can't tell. The stone, like the little stone doors, are pretty much just opaque.
Okay.
Yeah, to the naked eye, it doesn't look like there's any there's no light or anything. It's just
It's just there, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Only Zahavi can really sense that faint magical aura.
Mm-hmm. As I said, that if we are to approach it, let's do it with caution.
They stay a little at a distance. I'll approach it, and maybe I can. My arcane knowledge is able to glean some more information from this thing.
I got your back. Lila will hover over this way. As you draw closer to the statue inert, you can see clearly that there are two workstone doors in its torso. Its face is featureless, however, there is a symbol emblazoned into its face. And I will draw it here. There is this design emblazoned on what might be the forehead of its otherwise featureless head. Hold on, no, that's wrong. Where's that right? No, that's wrong. Other way. Oh, wait. Oh my god. I'm not a visual artist. Oh! Oh, what am I doing?
That was kind of cool, though.
Yeah, that was kind of sick. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. God damn.
Hell.
And oh my god, I'm having. There we go. Yeah, musician tries to make drawing. It looks like that. Wait, I'm sorry. It looks like that.
Weird, simple.
I'm gonna get rid of that. But yeah, that's what is like etched into its head.
Okay.
I will fly a little closer. So what's its deal? Is it even a creature? It just looks like a statue to me.
I'm gonna take out the slime that I just picked up. Well, that Zahavi picked up for me. Is it moving in any way? Is it jiggling?
Does not seem to be moving.
Okay. Put it back in the pouch.
And I open the window. Can Zahavi try to open the window in the center of its chest?
The stone doors don't seem to budge when you pull them. Uh, it would either require some sort of unlocking, or you could try to force them open.
And I examine it using Arcana.
Sure.
Clark, could you give me a little helping hand?
Well, I mean,
Emo? Some guidance?
Clark?
I'm
I mean, I
sorry.
can give you. I can inspire you in some way.
That would be very helpful, yes.
If I can remember how to do that.
I'll just add an
Inspiration.
D6.
You can just yeah, you can just use your. Yep.
Yeah.
With guidance?
Wait, that's not.
Well, yeah. If you have bardic inspiration, it'll be a d6, and you can stack guidance on top of that, so 23. With a 23
Yeah.
Arcana, it is very clear that the source of the magic is coming from behind those two stone doors in the torso of the being. The only thing that really stands out to you about this construction are the carvings around it. Perhaps there is some way to interact with the carvings.
I'll trace the carvings in concentric circles. Starting with maybe the arm, one of the arms.
The moment that your finger touches the stone on top of one of the carvings, you can see that the carvings light up with a very faint green light. The light sort of emanates throughout the carvings in sort of like a a little bit of a distance away from where your finger touched the stone. So not completely all over the entirety of the statue, but to a certain extent. And Lila will kind of fly backwards a little bit, surprised. Oh my.
There is no apparent starting point, I believe.
Oh
Ah,
boy.
you think you think there we could find some pattern in this ornamentation?
I have a strong feeling that if we, continue along this path, we might wake it up. So,
Yeah, I fear that as well. I'd just like to know if we could maybe make it follow our orders. It seems very powerful.
Well, is it such
In
a
which
bad thing
case,
if it wakes up?
that is also a very good question.
I mean,
I just hope it's
it
not hostile.
well, I'm just saying it's in the middle of a cave in the middle of nowhere. There's probably a bunch of bones at the bottom of that pit. So I'm just saying,
Yeah, it is easier when using the bones, obviously.
we don't know what kind of bones,
Well, that's true.
but
For all
yeah,
we know, if they're Night Cry bones, perhaps seeds, it's keeping them away in some way. I'm trying to make sense of it all.
well, if it can kill a Night Cry, it can certainly kill us.
Oh, that's for sure.
Know what you're looking at here? She looks at the golem.
If you
Uh,
trace the symbols, you can they light up. It might be the way to activate it.
I. Hmm.
Mind if I take a gander at it?
Be my
I don't
guest.
want to. Okay, I guess do I Arcana check?
Sure.
All right.
20. Same thing as the Javi, except that you don't detect magic on, so you can't sense that magical presence coming from within the torso. But the
Okay.
carvings do look important, and as Zahavi said, when he interacted with the carvings, something happened.
I would like to place my hand upon one of the carvings.
This time, the carvings light up to a certain extent across the body of the golem, except that this time the light is purple, not green.
I remove my hand.
I'm sorry, but Clerk and Yotimo, would you be so kind as in sequence touch it and then release it?
I'll try. And I will
sure.
press my hand on the golem's leg.
Uh, Clark will fly up and touch the golem's head.
Okay. As you touch the leg, some of the carvings on the leg very briefly light up purple, and some of the carvings on the head, well, actually the carving on the head basically lights up blue. Something interesting happens though, in that the carving on the head does not fade after Clerk has touched it. Even when Clerk takes away his hand, the blue light remains.
I touch it again.
Where?
Um, what's below the head? Like what the next is
There's
the
the
one.
there's the torso. And it has 2 arms and 2 legs.
I
It's
will
humanoid.
touch. I will
So
touch
Javi.
the torso.
As
Yeah,
you
that's a
touch
good idea.
the torso, the torso lights up purple, but then fades.
So
Okay.
Javi, touch the leg.
I touch the leg.
Both of the legs light up green, and it stays.
Okay, Carmen.
Okay, I guess we touch the arm then.
Yeah.
As you touch each arm, they turn purple, and they light up and stay. The torso lights up with the carvings on the torso light up very briefly with a white light, as the golem is now this multicolored collection of different light carvings. And you can see the doors. Well, first of all, the light in the carvings gently fades, and the doors creak open. They grind open almost. They're stone. Inside is a small chamber made of stone. And sitting on the floor of that tiny chamber, about a foot in either direction, is a small green leaf.
Okay.
That's it.
That
I
it
would like.
is.
Would you want to touch it first?
I'll examine it first with some magic.
The leaf is definitely magical.
Magic touch.
I'll drop concentration on detect magic and in a hurry start ritually casting identify.
Cool.
Because that is fucking pressing.
I would like to try and identify what kind of leaf it is, if I've seen it before,
Nature check.
because I'm a druid.
With
Nope.
a 9, you have not seen this leaf before.
Would I have seen this leaf before?
Nature check.
And I would assume it is not the case.
I'm literally the worst druid ever.
With an 11, you have not seen this leaf before either.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hey, yo, what kind of salad could you make out of that?
I could make all sorts of salad if only I knew what it tasted like. And he's going to his face is just going to inch just a tiny bit closer towards the leaf, just trying to
Get a
smell.
lick.
No, just trying to get this little bit of a smell. Trying to glean, if anything, any scent.
So close. Just give me like 10 more days, and I'll be able to grow more of them.
We continues 10 minutes. This is a little ritual dance.
Yotimo is going to lean on the wall, preparing his kitchen knife.
Do you want to wait for Zahabi's ritual cast then?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh well, for my part, yeah.
Yeah. Anything anybody else wants to do in that 10 minutes?
No,
Well,
I'm good.
Okay.
no,
Carmen.
I don't think so.
Cool. All right. With identify, would you like to pick up the leaf and see what you can find out about
Yes.
it? Okay.
I carefully,
Cast identify for me, so I remember. I just need to remember what it will tell you.
of course. Identify.
Okay.
There it is.
As you pick up the leaf, however, also, you can see very faintly writing appears on the leaf in golden lettering. But before I tell you what the writing says, this leaf is definitely a magic item. It does not require attunement to use because there's not really any way to use it. It doesn't also have any charges either. There are no spells affecting it, and it was not created through a spell. This leaf is it is a leaf of preservation. Or I guess maybe a better way to put it is that it is a vessel of preservation. That is the name of it. Its properties are it will preserve. Written on the leaf is this. Very simple. Very simple message in Etunn Common. Just these 3 words.
The light.
And with that, I think we'll end for today.
Oh, cliffhanger.
That is cool.
Follow the light.
I'm so fucking. Oh, I want more.
This is the moment that I'm like, follow the light. If only I was playing a paladin right now.
Everyone liked that.
Those 3 words.
Yeah, keep that thing away from me because I'm probably either gonna light it on fire or accidentally grow more. And I don't
We
know if I
must
grow more,
preserve.
if it'll be better or worse.
Yeah. Eternal preserve.
To fucking yeah, preservative
Filled
leaf.
up. Yeah.
Yotimo discovers fucking artificial preservatives.
Yeah. I just end up making like cheap burgers that are indestructible.
It's like the little packet that they put in shit that they always tell you not to eat, and it's like, why would I try to eat this anyway?
Yeah. That's so true.
It's like
Except
it's
for
like a little it's like a little paper thing that you can hear like these like suspicious like rattlings from, and you're and
Yeah.
they're like, don't eat it, and I'm like, okay, but it's a box of cereal, like I'm not gonna fucking
Yeah.
like if like a little like pouch of like some sort of like what sounds like fucking like chemical ball bearings like falls into my cereal, I'm not just go, oh okay, just eat it. No.
Yeah. Like, whoops. How
Yeah,
careless of me. Gotta eat those cereals.
imagine Yotimo sticking one of the leaf in like a paper bag and sticking it in someone's salad.
Now, I must remind you, you must not eat the leaf. It is.
It will be disastrous and you may die.
Side effects are, and he just like drops a parchment full of like very, very like precise and small characters.
Or
Yeah, fine
as a-
print.
Yes.
And then at the bottom of it, it's like you also may receive stab wounds.
Yeah. It starts off like very like casual, normal, like it ends up just being like nausea, trouble breathing, and somewhere along the lines, eaten by a giant spider, and
You may turn into dust and fade into the wind.
yeah, you may spontaneously combust.
Turn into a fart.
Yeah, that's really what happened.
I might be
Like,
able to do that
in
later on.
Infinity War.
Turn into a fart.
Yeah,
Let's go.
like I think you
Yes,
can do that.
sir. Oh my god, that makes me like, what if you just like slightly modified like an air elemental to be like a fucking fart elemental, and it'll like deal poison damage as well.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Methane elemental.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let's see if I can kind of shape change.
I want to play in a hyper realistic world where there's an elemental for every single element in the periodic table.
Oh, that
Uranium
would be
elemental.
so.
Yo,
Yeah.
uranium elemental is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Just like the most destructive creature known to man.
Yeah.
Oh, that would probably
I
be
would
the
be. Yeah, go ahead.
the lithium elemental.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lithium
simply
element.
being near it will just like fucking poison you.
Yeah.
Combust, lights on fire,
Or like
jumps into a
the
pool and explodes.
the mercury
God.
elemental, like when you touch it, it just enters your body for like no reason and just you die slowly.
Antimatter elemental.
Ooh.
What is? Well, okay, well that implies that there's an equal amount of antimatter elementals as there are regular matter and elementals.
No.
That's true.
Oh my god.
And actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's like a lot more antimatter than matter. So yeah, I can't even begin to think about that.
So like in my world, and like it's fine because we'll never encounter this in Etunn, so I can talk about it. Like, but so the Shadowfell instead is like the antimatter universe.
Mm.
So
Oh,
if you bring shit from the Shadowfell to like the material world, it'll just fucking combust.
dude, that is awful because even a little bit of that can cause like a crater so big.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's incredible.
So
Antimatter
what
is just
happens?
the coolest thing ever.
So what if
Mm.
you go to the Shadowfell? Does it combust?
Well, like when you go to the Shadowfell, basically like usually what you'll do is you'll pass through like this interplanar field that will basically just translate you into Shadowfell material.
Yo.
But it doesn't work the other way. So like bringing shit from the Shadowfell here will, and it's not even called the Shadowfell, it's called something else, but bringing shit from there here doesn't work. It only goes one way.
So
Mm.
let's say you got a willing participant and you plane shifted them back into like a central location. Could you like essentially nuke a specific target?
Yes.
I'm
Guys,
very happy that you mentioned the willing participant because we do, encourage a strong moral compass.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just saying our goal is to get to the Shadowfell and blow up some portal.
just randomly.
Or words look no more.
Morns, look,
Scared?
where?
Scared?
Exactly.
Never seen too little of it.
Let's put a hole in the tree. The big tree.
Mm.
The moth will have more place to nest inside of it.
I don't think there would be any tree left. That's the problem. All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to stream. I'll be right back.
Good.
All right, everyone. Oh my god, the cave sound is still playing. That was a nice chill session. A lot of RP tonight. Thank you all for coming by. If you like what you saw, you can check out the other campaigns run in Etunn. You can also check out the Discord, where I run all my campaigns and also do a lot of other shit for the channel. Yeah. Thanks to Kaimas also for the sub. I don't think I thanked him for the sub. Thank you, Kaimas, for that sub. And thank you all for watching, for hanging around. I really appreciate it. So the plan for upcoming, I will not be streaming tomorrow, as tomorrow is my off day. Sunday, D&D has been moved to Tuesday. Written in the Sky has been moved to Tuesday because Written in the Sky is having its big season finale on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. It's our season 1 finale. Been going for 15 weeks, and it's going to be a big event session. I hope you all can make it for that. So that's going to be on Tuesday instead of Sunday, which means that Sunday is free. So Sunday, I will be trying something new. I'll be doing a little, I have some cello practice to do, so I'm going to try to set up a little cello practice stream, and we'll see how it goes. Other than that, though, not much else to talk about. I will see you all. I don't know if Next Generation is happening tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I will be playing on Empo's channel. If I'm not, it'll just be a little off day. And then Sunday, I'll be back with a stream. Might be at a different time, too. Might be a little earlier as well. So stay tuned. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. The North Expanse will be back. We're live every Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, playing this campaign. Yeah, thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. See you all next time. Wow.